A man selling firearms witnessed something extraordinary. The buyer assembled the gun faster than him, a professional hitman, by a full 2 seconds. Intrigued, he deliberately misaligned the scope, yet the buyer nailed 3 consecutive bullseyes. This convinced him the buyer was a dangerous, top-tier assassin. The man recalled that just days earlier, he'd submitted his retirement request to the organization, and his boss had arranged this very transaction. He knew there had to be a connection. The tension escalated when the buyer asked to test the silencer. The test? The man would fire near the buyer to check how well it muffled the sound. He could have easily taken out the buyer right then, but after careful consideration, he held back. He needed to know who was paying to have him killed. After the test, the buyer paid a deposit and ordered 10 bullets, scheduling the exchange for 2 days later. The man, whose name was John, agreed readily but mentioned the silencer needed improvement. He promised to deliver the complete package, gun and ammo, in 2 days. This was just a stalling tactic to investigate who was behind all this. John was the organization's ace assassin. For years, he'd handled their most difficult jobs, but the constant danger had worn on him. Eventually, he'd taken his girlfriend and moved to the middle of nowhere to live a normal life. Their peaceful existence didn't last long. While walking with his girlfriend, John spotted unfamiliar footprints in the dirt. Sensing danger, he immediately pulled her behind a large boulder. Sure enough, shots rang out the next second. But the experienced John didn't panic. He quickly traced the bullet trajectory, located the shooter, and took him down. John then crouched beside the fallen assassin, pretending to check if he was still alive, and told his girlfriend to go home and call the police. She'd barely taken 2 steps when John shot her dead. His reasoning was simple: only he and his girlfriend knew about this location. No one else. Determined to find out who wanted him dead, John went straight to his boss. When questioned, the boss promised to investigate and handed him a set of keys, telling him to lay low in a small town for a while. Trusting his boss, John drove off to the destination. But the moment he arrived, his instincts kicked in. Something was off. The locals looked at him strangely. His gut told him this place wasn't safe, so he immediately turned around and left. Unable to trust anyone now, he found a more isolated town and rented a place. Despite his extreme caution, his boss still tracked him down. The boss claimed he hadn't identified the mastermind yet but said John needed to complete one job in return for his help, considerate payment. With no other way to uncover who was after him, John followed his boss's instructions and met with the client. She was a woman who wanted him to assemble a sniper rifle with a silencer. She didn't specify what it was for, only that they'd meet outside the city in 2 days. John quickly built the rifle to her specifications. On the day of the exchange, they met at the agreed location to test the weapon. John was shocked to discover the buyer's assembly speed and shooting accuracy matched his own at his peak. This made him suspect the buyer standing before him might be sent by his enemies. During the transaction, John played it smart. Instead of handing over the rifle directly, he claimed the silencer needed refinement and pushed the exchange back another 2 days. To confirm the buyer's true identity, John called his boss for an update. The boss said he needed 2 more days to investigate. Before hanging up, he pointedly reminded John that today was the delivery date and to make sure the gun reached the client. This excessive emphasis only made John more suspicious. Before the exchange, John secretly modified the gun's configuration.